Hello my darlings, welcome to a new vlog. Not good morning, it's 5:30 in the afternoon. It's very late for me starting the vlog, but as the sun has just come out, I thought I would pick up the camera. This is quite a dangerous time of day, 5:30, because it's when I'm starting to get really hungry, but it feels a bit too early to have dinner. So I've just taken one of my little egg frittatas. If you watched the last vlog, you'll have seen me making these egg and courgette muffins, like a savoury breakfast muffin. And I feel like they could be the answer to when you are really peckish, but just need something to tide you over until actual dinner time. But they taste better at room temperature, so I'm just leaving that there. Today, during my days scrolling on Instagram, two things have really caught my eye. Number one was a Prada picnic basket. If I can find the clip, I'll pop it on the screen here. Do I need a Prada picnic basket? Absolutely not. But how fabulous. I think it was actually a PR send out to people with millions of followers of Prada beauty bits. And forget the beauty and the perfume, I just want that picnic basket. It's so cute. We all know I have a thing for basket bags, and I feel like that is just the tip top. And then the second thing that caught my eye on Instagram today was a healthy air-fried spring roll recipe. And I thought, I've got my, I think they're called rice paper rounds that I made my summer rolls with, so why not stick them in the air fryer and then we'll have proper crispy spring rolls. Can I find the recipe that I saw on Instagram earlier? No, I cannot find it anywhere, so I'm gonna try to recreate it from memory. I know that Charlie wants to do a stir fry tonight, so I thought that a few little spring rolls as a starter would be delicious. I still have more courgettes than I could ever cook with. Yellow courgettes, gold rush courgettes, classic ones. We've got butternut squash coming through, but more than I know what to do with. So courgette at the moment is going in everything. I've also got so many beans, and I think a stir fry is a great way, ooh, beans ahoy, to eat up lots of beans. But if you guys have got any favorite bean recipes, please let me know down below, because I just have so many, and the more you pick, the more they grow. So it's going to be a few weeks of beans. From the farm shop yesterday, I got some spring onions, I've got a little regular onion, and I'm just going to nip down to the garden because I'm hoping I might have a carrot as well. And to be honest, I think that'll be enough to put in our spring rolls. So let's go to the garden and see what we can find. Well, we've got plenty of carrot. Oh, yes. I was going to say plenty of carrot foliage. Look at that. To be honest, that's enough. That's all I need to shred up for some spring rolls. But let's see what else we've got. I don't see why I can't put in a few chard leaves. Oh, and I can see lots of beans over there. Oh, purple beans. Oh, loads of purple beans. Oh la la. Oh my gosh, beanorama. Where have you been all my life? Beans can come true. I see you, Mr. Squirrel. My radishes this year have been mostly quite crap. I think the seeds might have been a bit old, because most of them just haven't really come to anything. This is a great spinach leaf. I know it's not normal to put spinach in with a spring roll, but we do like to get creative. Hey Dexy! I'm almost matching my frying pan, so I've got quite a good loot here from the garden. I didn't need to buy these. I've got spring onions growing as well. That was silly. So we have got beans, spinach, chard, and carrot. And I've also got an onion, which again I could have got from the garden. I could have done this entirely from kitchen garden produce. I'm going to chop up the veggies and very lightly fry them. Maybe add a little bit of garlic granule as well, just for a little bit of extra flavour. Because this is what I think the Instagram video recommended, lightly frying your veg first in a saucepan. So yeah, I'll chop everything up as well as of course some courgette, and then we will turn them into spring rolls and make them extra crispy and delicious. Olive oil. Letting the veg soften in the pan a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is wrap them up in roll form, and then I'm going to air fry them. And of course I'm going to be using my favorite kitchen gadget, the Ninja Crispy. This has been such a game changer for me. I am so late to the party when it comes to air fryers, but to be honest, I was a little bit hesitant because I wasn't sure about, I don't know how to say this. Basically, I wanted something that I was sure could resonate with my usual kind of clean cooking style, which this very much does. So the Ninja Crispy is a little bit of a game changer. Not only is it very small, it tucks away in a cupboard, leave it on a countertop, or do you know what, when we were in Italy and we went out on the boat day, they had a kind of 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 type unit, and then they had an air fryer, and that's all you need. That is literally all you need. So whether you're going camping or you're going on a boat trip or you're, I don't know, you could even take this to work with you. It's so portable, but it is designed for non-toxic cooking. So this is the power in here. You've got the settings on the lid. I'll plug that in over there. And then the actual bit that your food cooks in, no PFAS, no PFAS. This is just a glass container, and what that also means is you can just stick it in the dishwasher when you are done. It is a game changer. So bear with me while I stir my veg. Got my misty olive oil. So basically everything that prevented me originally from getting an air fryer, I thought it wasn't healthy, I thought that they'd be a pain in the backside to clean, this just sorts all of that out. This is also great. You could literally put a lid on this and take your food in the glass container. It comes actually with a smaller one as well, and I'm pretty sure you can buy other sizes too. So let's get these stations set up. I'm going to put some water in here. You do have to do them one at a time, that's the only thing. I'm not very good at the actual assembly. You don't need to be here. So we have got a semi-softened wrap. Okay, this one has just completely fallen apart. Great. Okay, this one's going to be more of a parcel than a wrap because my wrap ripped. Whoops. There we go. Little veggie parcel. Yummy! Okay, this is looking good. We've got a variety of shape of spring rolls. This is the spray olive oil that I use from a website called 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, and it's just 100% normal olive oil, no weird ingredients. And obviously olive oil is good for you, so this is a really nice healthy recipe. I'm just going to put some sesame seeds on because I feel like they just make everything better. Woo-hoo, don't they? Lovely. Okay, let's get these frying. I find it so satisfying that because it's glass, you can obviously see everything cooking. So it's very useful if you've not done something before, you don't know how long. I've set it at the top for 10 minutes on the air fry mode. There's also keep warm, roast or re-crisp. think 10 minutes should be about the right amount. 10 minutes later. Ooh, we have got, oh, I put, this is a bit weird, put my egg muffin in there just to reheat. Get that out the way. We have got some sensationally crispy, healthy veggie spring rolls. Oh my gosh, they look so good. I wonder if anyone has studied food psychology and knows why crispy things are just so much more satisfying. Obviously they're all completely different shapes and sizes because I am not a professional spring roll roller-upperer, but I'm just gonna do a little dish of sweet chili sauce so we can dunk these in, and that is going to be our starter for the evening. Yummy! Okay, I apologise that this is not a very tidy bowl, but here are the 4 best looking spring rolls, and then a nice peanut butter satay kind of dip that I'm going to enjoy with them. These smell so good. They are perfectly crispy. Let's give it a go. Oh my goodness. That literally tastes like a restaurant spring roll. And I didn't even add any seasoning. I actually forgot to add the garlic paste. That is so good. That is so delicious. So easy. So healthy. I feel like this is going to go in my rotation of delicious and healthy things to make for a midweek snack or pre-dinner. You could also eat these cold in a lunchbox as well. Amazing. And the best thing is, this just goes into the dishwasher. Bye-bye. See you later. Good morning, my darlings. It's the next day. I apologise, I left you without reviewing my spring rolls. Oh my god. Ignore that in the background. That's me very slowly unpacking from our Italy trip, just flinging things on the floor. I didn't give you an update on the delicious spring rolls last night. They were 10 out of 10. The perfect, to be honest, I could have had them as my entire meal. They were so good. So today it's a little bit cloudy, but I do want to get a few bits and bobs done in the garden. I need to feed everything and just give everything a little bit of a tidy, but because it's cloudy and a little bit cozy feeling, I might make a courgette lasagna for lunch. I've been thinking about lasagnas so much since we had the most delicious proper pasta and meat lasagna in Italy, and my brain is just thinking up any ways that I can use up courgette right now. We've got so much. Anyway, reason I've turned on my camera halfway through doing my makeup is that I have got a few new bits that arrived in the post while we were away. So I thought I'd do some first impressions with you. This is not really a first impression because I've had this bronzer before. It's the Ambient Radiant Light bronzer from Hourglass. This was probably one of the first really luxurious beauty products that I treated myself to years and years ago. I think I maybe had the slightly darker one actually, but my goodness, I used this palette right to the very bottom, you know, when it's completely silver. There was just like little bits of bronzer left in the corners. I actually, although this is a premium, luxurious, more expensive bronzer, I think it lasted me a year. And I was so chuffed with that. This was very kindly sent from the Hourglass team, which I'm really grateful for. And I think because I'm quite tanned right now, this is going to be more like an airbrush kind of finish powder rather than a bronzer on me. So I might see if they also do a deeper shade. But what I remember about these powders is that they really, it looks so much more obvious in the mirror than it does on the camera, but they really airbrush your skin, making you look as though you literally have got a filter on. And they also very kindly sent this palette here, which is the Ambient Lighting palette, Dim Light, Incandescent Light and Radiant Light. So if you feel that you need a powder but you don't want your skin to be completely lackluster and cakey. You still want to have a gorgeous glow coming through. These powders are just absolutely gorgeous. So particularly in autumn, when I feel like I just need any help I can get for my skin to glow, these powders are absolutely gorgeous. And the colours, you can just take your pick. Maybe this one under the eyes, this one on the high points, and then this one on the T-zone. I've just done the T-zone for now. Absolutely love those, and that is what I kind of know Hourglass for, I guess. Something I've never tried from them before is their brow sculpting pencil. I think mine is in the shade Warm Blonde, and what I love about it is that it's a scroll up, so you don't need to worry about having a sharpener. And I think I've decided I'm not going to get my brows tinted again. I think it just makes them too dark, and I do prefer them to be a blonde colour. I think it can be a bit harsh on me otherwise. Oh, this is lovely because it's a really fine, almost like pencil strokes. Oh wow, this is the exact same colour as my eyebrows, and this is perfect. And I'll use my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel to set them. There we go, perfect. Got a really nice afternoon planned. I'm actually going to be meeting up with Hannah, and I'm going to be meeting her baby Rue for the first time. I've obviously seen Rue so much in Hannah's videos, but I've never met her before, so can't wait to hang out with them this afternoon. We're going to go for a lovely walk. We're going to explore Broadway together and have dinner together at Dormy House. So it's going to be a really, really lovely girly afternoon of catching up. So hence why I've got my hair like this, so hopefully I've got a bit of movement later. Hourglass also sent over their collection of new eyeshadow palettes, and I actually treated myself to one of these before going to Italy because I just thought, holy moly, that is the dream, like perfect collection of colours. So I now have two in this colour selection. This is the palette called Realist, and I chose this one because it's literally all I need. By the way, I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning, 4 AM, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get out of bed, and I gave myself a full mani-pedi. I had gel on my nails and my toes from Italy, but I think, to be totally honest, they were probably not as close to the cuticle when they got done as they could have been, so they did grow out really quickly, but also I think just being in the sun and the heat in Italy, they were like fully grown out, so I thought I'll just do it myself. And I've done Manicurist Hortensia, 2 coats of that, and then 1 coat of CND Shellax Negligee, and it's pretty much my dream manicure. I mean, don't look too closely probably because it's definitely not perfect, but I also have the cuticle softener from Manicurist, and it really works so well. So if you do want to give yourself an at-home mani, definitely recommend their cuticle softener. And Hortensia is my favourite colour, and then I just did their top coat, so it is an LED nail varnish. I would say it lasts 3 weeks, whereas maybe a normal hard gel would last 4 or 5 weeks on me, but that's perfect because, to be honest, in 3 weeks I'll probably want to be thinking about autumn nail colours. And I think the next thing I'm going to do is like a toffee colour but with chrome. That's what I'm going to ask for next time I get my nails done properly, but yeah, just keeping it natural. And then I'm not going to show you my toes. Do I have the nail polish here? No, I left it downstairs. I'll pop a photo of the bottle on the screen here. My toes are painted not with gel, but with regular nail polish. Manicurist also have a normal range, and this is the colour that I did them in. It's called Clove, and it looks like gel. But I always feel like you don't really need gel on your toes. So my toes are very autumnal, and my fingers are very classic. That was a digression. It's because I was showing you up close here. Basically, this is just the perfect eyeshadow palette. Lovely light pink, mushroomy, almost like a peachy pink for all over the lid. And then I love this colour here for the crease. And then these two, if I'm feeling a bit jazzy, sometimes I'll do this one over the whole lid and this one on the lash line. So this is now my second palette of this, so I'm going to pop this in my gym bag because I do my makeup quite frequently in the gym, and they very kindly sent a couple of others. So that one was Realist, this one is Idealist, and it's a little bit more pinky. So it's really beautiful autumnal tones. What I love about these palettes, the quality of the shadows is gorgeous, but they're just such usable shades. So I'm gonna, let's just have a look at the other one before I make the big decision which palette we'll use today. This one is called Minimalist. Ooh, so this one, they're all matte. You've got base, crease, and then maybe lash line or more intense crease depending on your skill level. That is a really nice all over colour. Let's do this one all over. Really, ooh, this is quite dark for me actually, quite intense for autumn, but then I'm wearing a dark dress. I think the clouds just made me like tempted to go a bit deeper. By the way, I completely stopped watching Love Island. When we were in Italy, it got down to like the last, I know this is such old news now, we got down to the last, there were maybe 3 or 4 episodes left, and I just decided I didn't care anymore, and I just stopped watching. I do know who won, obviously, came up on my TikTok. TikTok finally realised that I was watching Love Island this year, but I'm glad my whole algorithm wasn't Love Island all summer, because that would have been serious overkill. But yeah, I just found that it got a bit boring towards the end, and I stopped watching. But let me know what you guys thought of it. Okay, this is really quite intense for me. I don't normally do anything quite this dark on my eyes, but I'm going to use this shade here just to emphasize the crease a little bit more. This is like a terracotta color, and I think this is going to be a really on-trend color for both nails, accessories, and makeup this autumn. So when I do my crease, I keep my eyes open weirdly, and I just kind of trace along crease line. Did I already say I think I'm going to make some granola today? Courgette recipes and granola. Those are my plans for the day. And then we've got the Hourglass Unlocked mascara. I need to chuck out some mascaras because I've got some in here that are so old. I don't even remember when I got them. Do you know what? I need to have a clear out of everything. I need a makeup clear out, I need a wardrobe clear out, I need a skincare clear out. I just want to have a big clear out, maybe at the end of the month. Is that something that you would like me to document? Let me know. I love how substantial the brush is. It's a really kind of stiff plastic, but the mascaras that Hourglass do are so good. I can hear a peacock outside. That's so random. So this is actually a brown mascara, which I think is just that little bit softer and more flattering, especially on slightly blonder hair colours and lighter skin tones than black. Don't know how well you can see, but it's such a dark brown you would never really be able to tell. And then this is their volumizing glossy balm, the Phantom lip products from Hourglass, and I predict I will need a lip liner for this, so I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury. This looks gorgeous. This is the shade Mist. That is absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of balmy in how it feels on the lips. Really nice and hydrating. I wonder what the ingredients are. It feels like it's actually nourishing my lips, which is so, so lovely. So there we go, a few new makeup products. Thank you very much, Hourglass. Now I'm gonna get a little bit of work done, and I will catch up with you guys again when I'm going to make my granola. I've just realised all I have filmed in this vlog is stuff in the kitchen, so I'm just gonna really quickly whiz over the granola recipe because I do want to show you some other things in today's vlog. But basically all I do is take my favourite nuts and seeds, so pecans, hazelnut, almonds, walnuts, Brazil nuts, and then our seed jar, mix it all in a bowl, a little bit of salt, oh, and some oats, add in whatever flavors you want. So I think I'm craving warmer, spicier, almost like a chai. Ooh, I'm gonna make a chai granola. Yes, that's a good idea. Chai granola, that sounds good. So spices like cardamom and nutmeg, obviously cinnamon being the best flavour concoction, mixed in with a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil, and you can do, I think I've heard people doing it with tahini, but I like to do it with maple syrup, and you can do it in the oven, but I'm going to try it in my air fryer as well, because that's something else that came off my Instagram Explore page. So let's do it. What have you got there, darling?
We have, rather exciting, also it occurred to me recently, I mentioned on Strawtop Cottages Instagram, shameless plug, that we have 3 cottages. Have we ever discussed this?
No.
There you go, right, you're getting a little insight.
Did someone pick up on it?
Well, I can't remember what I did. I think I posted a picture of like our 3 thatched cottages looking beautiful. Careful doing that. And quite a few people picked up on it. I'm not going to say much more, but
the biggest spoiler in the entire
spoiler
world.
alert. Well, stay tuned for more because it's an exciting project. We've already been making quite a lot of progress with it. So yeah, actually, make sure you subscribe to the newsletter and we'll do some before and afters.
I could just retire now.
But on that note, I ordered a new piece of artwork, which is of the countryside outside of 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, which is from an artist that we already have a couple of pieces in the house from, called 𝑭𝒊𝒅 𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆𝒅, who's local, and he paints this all in one go.
Wow.
So his big thing is he paints this in a field, on a board, all in one sitting, and then normally he frames it in the field. So the one that we had before actually had like a bit of like planting, not, you know, because it's super rustic, but
that's cute.
yeah, I just thought it was really cute, and that will look really nice in the new cottage, and it's nice to support obviously local Cotswold based artists.
Yeah.
But he also sent a card, which is really nice, another one of his pieces, and he just said many thanks for all our support, love the images, and he said that if we wanted a companion piece of one of our garden, he'd be happy to come and do it for us, so we must maybe get him booked in for spring.
That's a nice idea.
Obviously, I think you featured this yesterday, because I'm going to send these off, one of the team's going to go to the framers today.
Oh, great.
So we're going to get this framed, which is from a lovely guest called Christina, who stayed at Strawtop, and that's going to go in the new cottage. And then this is a piece of artwork of Josie's late father's village shop, where she grew up in 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, which she no longer own, but it's just a lovely piece, and I think we have that framed, and we're going to put that in the house somewhere as a little memento for him. So there you go. I always find it, things that get me excited now, like when these come back from the framers, I'm always very excited. So there you go, but I thought this was just beautiful. It looks really nice.
Show that up close.
It'll look really nice when it's framed. If you remember, we have 2 pieces of his. I think there's one piece at Strawtop, number 2 of his, cottage number 2, and we also have 2 pieces of his here, one of which is the big one on the staircase, you can maybe show it, and then one in our bedroom, you know, above the chest of drawers. So yeah, local artist, and believe it or not, like, art is obviously an investment, but they're not hugely, I think he's good value for what I think how impactful these pieces are, and they often people compliment the one on the staircase, which is quite a big piece of his, but there you go. I think it's also nice to support artists that are local to where you live, right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Gorgeous.
Right.
Gorgeous.
The Michael McIntyre sketch of the condiments in the cottage.
I am five.
Or you get the chap at the back.
John West
John West Tuna.
1984.
And who's the other guy? I fell out once. Like, I don't know, something like garlic granules or something. I don't know what it was. It was John West Tuna.
What about you? Have you been out before?
Oh,
I fell out once.
Fell out once. And five.
I am five. I get to go to an
It's just that's the most original sketch I've ever listened to.
He's just brilliant, isn't he?
Because also it's not offending anybody.
No.
And it's like just everyone can find it.
Everyone relates, and it's like who else runs around the house turning off all of their electrical appliances before they go on holiday, but not the French.
Yeah.
We trust the French.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. That was his best show ever, wasn't it? What was it, Live at the Apollo?
Yeah, it's so good.
chai. Sorry, I didn't film that in much detail at all, but there will be a reel/YouTube short/TikTok of my chai granola recipe coming up soon. So basically, I did it in the air fryer, and it was so much quicker. This literally took 5 minutes. And the secret with granola, if you want those little crunchy clusters, is to leave it to cool down completely before you put it in your jar, because otherwise it just kind of all disintegrates. But I have tested a few bits for taste, and it is absolutely delicious. Okay, granola is done. I've actually ended up making far more than I thought, so I've got this and another jar. It is seriously delicious with all those chai spices added in. So if my short video with the recipe is live, I'll leave it linked down below, and I'll also leave the jars linked down below as well, because these are very nice, very useful. And I also created a little chai syrup. I think it's the cloudy weather, but I was just craving a chai latte, so I made a nice little chai syrup that I can pop into my coffees. Could even put this into some ice cream or something. Another nice little jar. I'll do a jar link section down below. And at the risk of this vlog being literally a copy and paste of the last vlog with a little bit of cooking and a little bit of try on, I've had an order arrive from M&S that I placed actually while we were in Italy, and there's some really cute little bits and bobs, so I'll show you what I bought. I was just working upstairs and could hear an almighty clattering in the kitchen, and Charlie's having a end of summer reorganise.
It's an iconic moment.
An iconic moment.
It is, because this was your most used cooking device.
Yeah. For
you, and you'll hold your hands up. You love cooking, but you and I cook very differently. So
choose your words wisely, sir.
I think that was right. That was a politician. That
hang on. Do you want to repeat to the camera what you said at the dining table yesterday?
No. So,
Charlie said that my egg and courgette muffins were even better, sorry Michaela, than the ones we had in Italy.
You did a good job yesterday.
Thank you.
So, you've been using this a lot, the Ninja Crispy.
Yeah,
I also
baby.
want to start using it. Do you know what? It is really easy to keep putting it in and out, but we have very full under here, and I'm quite OCD with regards to where everything lives. And to be honest, we're not using this as much now. So, this is going to take pride of place.
Whoa!
And the Thermomix is going to go under the counter.
Whoa!
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's quite a big deal.
This is a really big deal.
For nearly 5 years, the Thermomix, and as I say, we still like using the Thermomix, but the reality is, the most used product should live here.
That's pole position.
And now, that's pole position.
Da 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 da. Wowza. What do you think, my glossy, handsome, extremely distinguished gentleman? Daddy, be gentle with me, I'm such a nice boy. Oh, you're so perfect and glossy and handsome. I know that every single thing I've showed you in this video so far has been kitchen related, but I'm just doing my lovely garlic bone broth pasta for lunch because it's so quick and easy. Yummy! We're in my favourite little spot for showing you new things. So I have got an M&S clothes order that I want to share with you, but I also just received my order from Ralph Lauren, and I actually placed both of these orders when I was on the aeroplane using BA Wi-Fi. Would I have placed these orders had I not been very bored? Probably not, but I have to say I've chosen some really good pieces, and it's always this between seasonal time that I tend to get just a little bit carried away. I would say my average when I order things is a 50% success rate, things that I keep versus what I send back. However, these two orders are particularly good, really kind of classic things that are not just going to be fabulous all season, but for many years. So let me show you what I ordered. We'll start with Ralph Lauren. I'm not going to lie, when I ordered this coffee tin, I thought that there would be coffee beans inside. It's actually just an empty tin, which does make it a very expensive tin because it says a cup of Ralph's on it, but it is rather lovely. And I have to say, I was thinking before we went to Italy about this is what goes on in my mind about the freshness of my coffee beans. I think now that obviously I've got my own coffee machine, the Ninja Luxe Cafe, I'm very aware of how the freshness of beans actually really affects your coffee. So because this has got a clippy top, if I put my beans in here, yeah, literally. Ooh, what's this? What could they possibly have left inside? Oh, it is a golden Ralph Lauren branded scoop that scoops out 1 tablespoon. So I wonder if that's what you're meant to use per cup of coffee. I actually don't think so. I think you need more than that. But yeah, it's just a sealable tin, and to be honest, the colours are perfect for our kitchen. This deep green with the florals and the gold on the metal bits. It is very lovely, but yeah, very overpriced in my opinion for an empty coffee tin. So at least it'll be kind of part of the coffee station decor as well. I'm starting with arguably the most boring things and we'll work our way up to the fun things. Ralph Lauren underwear. Underrated, but very nice, very comfortable. This is just a little t-shirt bra, no wiring, very, very soft jersey, and I like a waistband. I like an elastic band under my bosoms. I don't know, I just find these types of bras very comfortable in the autumn and winter. When you're wearing cozy knitwear, you want your underwear to be comfy as well. I'm wearing a lace bra at the moment. Again, no, I don't really wear anything with wiring, but then I'm lucky that I have very, very small Michael booblabes. 'Tis the season to start calling them that, nearly. Anyway, very comfy, very practical, so there we go. Now I can't remember if this jumper was full price or in the sale, but I've ordered it in 2 sizes. So we've got a large and a medium, and I just thought this was such a nice latte, cinnamon latte, nutmeg latte. Is it the 26th of August? I think that date is in my brain for Starbucks doing their autumn seasonal coffees. Every year I'm surprised how early it is, but actually this year I feel like I'm ready. Not that I particularly like Starbucks at all, to be honest, or their seasonal drinks that much, but I'll always go and get one just to partake in the seasonal fun. And this year I think they're doing, don't ask me where I saw this, it must have been on TikTok or something, but I think they're doing like a chai frappe thing. It looks really, really nice, so I probably will try that. But that is literally the colour of these knits. I thought the large could be quite, I will only obviously keep one. My thinking behind getting the large was that it'll just be a really relaxed, oversized, throw it on over the top of whatever I'm wearing, nice for bundling up in layers. But as the cool girls do, I will probably end up also wearing it as a little posy shoulder thing. There's something so preppy about wearing your jumper like this, but it does actually keep you surprisingly warm. And I like this colour combo of the burgundy with the tan colour. Next is very, very, very similar. I was definitely feeling clearly very autumnal on the plane home with these deeper, not deeper, but more cosy colours. What we're going to call this, like a pecan, maybe it's a pecan kind of colour. And obviously this one is a button down, so this will be really nice over the shoulder of little dresses, but also tucked into high-waisted trousers. Might do a little try on in a second. Feeling quite low energy today. I'm going to blame the weather. Even just now, all I could be bothered to do in the garden after my lunch, because I like to do gardening and get fresh air after I've eaten something as heavy as pasta, was water the greenhouse. That's all I could be bothered to do. So maybe I will do a little trial in a second. Okay, we're going up in terms of excitement, and the last final 3 things that I ordered from Ralph Lauren are all bags, but you'll see why there are 3. I will possibly keep 2 of the 3, so this is where I would love you guys to let me know what you think. This I saw it and I thought that looks like a really practical bag, whether it's, to be honest, I might even use it as a little bit of a gym bag, like keep all of my stuff in for Pilates, but could also be a beach bag, travel bag. It's a really good size, definitely fit your laptop in there. If you've got children, it could be great for, like, I was watching 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅's video the other day and she did a funny little what's in my bag in her kitchen, and everything that was in her bag was not even hers, it was her children's, and sticker books, storybooks and crayons and things like that. So as a bag, either a diaper bag, that's such an American expression, isn't it, nappy bag, baby bag, or for children's toys, or if like me you just want a little bit of a more bougie gym bag, I really like it. It's got a zip across the top. It's this canvas colour. I would probably spray it with suede spray or liquid proof just to protect it. And then you've got leather trim, subtle little brown pony down there, little pocket here. Also, with it being a gym bag, obviously if I shower after my workout, then I often have like my dirty gym clothes in my bag, and I think that doesn't look particularly nice if I'm going into the farm shop afterwards and I put my bag on the floor, then everyone just sees my dirty gym clothes. Not that they look dirty or anything, but the fact that I can just protect my sweaty modesty by zipping the bag shut, yeah, I think this is a great bag for that. Or if you're out and about in London, you've got your laptop with you, it has got two envelope pockets, a lot of stuffing. Yeah, two big envelope pockets inside. What do we think? I think it's a really nice shape, a really nice size. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. And it's not too branded and in your face, just that subtle little pony. Now, quite similar in coloration, these next two are what I really need to decide between, and I was thinking about practicality here because they are both rucksacks. This one is the more affordable of the two, and this one is very similar to the bag I just showed you, canvas with leather trim. It just says Polo Ralph Lauren there. A couple of pockets, which to be honest I don't know that I would necessarily use because sometimes it's just a bit fiddly having to find things in all the various pockets. But I'm thinking in autumn especially, I like to go for lots of nice long dog walks. If we go for a cycle, we've actually got a trip down to Norfolk in autumn and we'll be doing lots of activities, so I think a backpack is a very practical option, and this one is quite cute in the canvas and the leather. But the second option, I don't know how trendy backpacks are really, because this one is not quite double, but it was significantly more money than that one, but it's a lot more stylish. I just don't know if backpacks are a style that I want to I don't know if I would wear it for fashion. This one is suede, and obviously suede in autumn, really popular. I imagine, yeah, to be honest, mostly it's going to be when I'm out and about adventuring, because I don't know that I ever go for a bag that's practical like this if I'm not being active on like a cycle or something. So do I need the fancy suede one, even though it is rather beautiful? Don't know. It does look very nice. It's got like a polished brass toggle here, which thankfully you don't need to undo because it's a magnet, and then just a little envelope pocket on the inside, big enough to fit your water bottle, your phone, your camera, some snacks for the day. Let me know, are any of you guys backpack users? And if you are, when do you wear your backpack? Is it a commuting thing? Is it because your hands are always full of other stuff? Again, maybe for mums. Maybe, how does this close? Quite fiddly actually. Very fiddly. When does one use a backpack? That is the question of today's video. Please let me know, and please tell me your favourite of the two down below. Or maybe you just love them both, or don't like either of them. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, I'm really glad that I showed you the Ralph Lauren bits, because I've just gathered my M&S bits and it's actually quite a boring, it's quite a boring haul. Well, is it? I don't know, there's a few little good bits in here. This first thing, to some, may appear to be the most boring thing, but to those that know, we know that this is actually the most crucial part of an autumn-winter wardrobe, and I really do apologise for talking about autumn quite so much. I know that we are still in summer, and we're actually still in summer until like the 20th of September, so we still have a month of summer, but I think today's grey weather has just made me think about the next season a little bit more, and clearly it was on the mind when I placed this order. These are Marks & Spencer's thermals, and I have got just such a soft spot in my heart for thermals. I just think they're the best things ever. You'll have heard me talking about thermals in the past, whether it's just referring to being able to wear them underneath something. If there's ever anything that I get that's high-waisted, my mind immediately goes to, yay, you can wear thermals underneath it. Thermals are just the best thing since sliced bread, because they keep you warm when it's cool and cool when it's warm. They really temperature regulate you, and M&S just do them so beautifully. So the lining is fluffy, so soft. This is quite a thick one. The reason that I chose this one was because of the espresso brown colour, and it's long sleeve, high neck, so great under a roll neck. If you're going somewhere really chilly, or even if you're going skiing, these thermals are just amazing. They do also do them in a much thinner fabric, and they're almost, well, they are undetectable under most bits of clothing, and they have a low scoop neck, so they work with most neckline types. For example, this I think would be too high neck to wear under those Ralph Lauren cable knit jumpers, but for seriously cold days and high necks, this is going to be perfect. So that was at the heart of my order. I think these were recommended to me when I was looking at the thermals. These are the Marks & Spencer's Thermal Heat Gen 100 denier tights. So it says that they give light warmth, which is perfect, and they are in a chocolate colour. So they are a pair of brown tights, which I think is my tight colour of preference over black. Definitely not skin colour. I really don't like skin colour tights. I think they are very uncool, and it takes a lot for me to think something is uncool, because I am the least cool person that I know. So if I think skin coloured tights are uncool, I'm really sorry if anyone watching loves them. If you are that person, try chocolate coloured and just see how that looks with your outfit. I guarantee it'll make your outfit look more cool. Don't take fashion advice from me about what looks cool. So basically just ignore everything that I just said, other than the fact that chocolate tights, I think, are going to be a really nice way of being able to still wear dresses in autumn. Not that I ever really have my legs out that much, but maybe I will this year, thanks to brown tights. So we'll see. I'll do a little bit of styling when it's not summer. Now these look very small, but I did buy them with the intention of them being house shoes slash slippers. How adorable are these? They look so cute. They look like the kind of thing that you want to wear in a Swiss log cabin. They're very, very cute. I like the contrast stitching, and of course, gosh, the camera's finding everything very bright today. Really fluffy inside. I did buy my usual size, which is a 3. However, just got a feeling they're a bit small. Yeah, they are. They're too small. That's a shame. Are they? Yeah, they're very much too small. My toe is literally right at the end. That is a real pity. So definitely size up with these. I am going to order these in the next size up because they are so cute. Quite substantial grippy soles as well. Aren't they adorable? Yeah, I'm going to order myself these in the next size up. So I have just popped on the thermal. I actually don't know if I've put it on accidentally inside out. And you could wear this just out and about, maybe with a little gilet over the top. I like the colour. It's very nicely fitted. I've got on these slightly wide leg jeans from Boden. So yeah, this is what it looks like on. And here is the Ralph Lauren cardigan. I think this is absolutely adorable. As predicted, I love the colour. I like how relaxed it looks. What book was I reading in, was it How to Kill Men? No, Funny Story by Emily something or other. The main character, I think it was that book, the boyfriend was taking the mickey out of her for always wearing button-down things because she was a librarian, and I was thinking, what's wrong with button-down things? I think they're very cute. But this is, yeah, really sweet, and like I was saying at the beginning, just the kind of thing where I could quite literally wear this when I'm in my 70s, 80s, 90s and still want to wear it. My style is very, I'm an old soul when it comes to things in my wardrobe, things that I absolutely love. But yeah, I just think it's really nice to invest in timeless things like this. As long as you don't put it in the washing machine at the wrong setting, I don't see why something like this couldn't last you many, many years. Do we have the Ralph Lauren Pony Polo? I don't think we do, but you don't need it. It's not all about the polo pony. But if logos are important to you, this does not have one, I don't think. But yeah, it's adorable and a really nice colour, perfect as well over little white dresses when we are blessed with sunny days, unlike today. Do you know anyone else on YouTube that talks about the weather as much as I do? I think it's a little bit of a weird obsession. I don't know. I'm very affected by the weather. But yes, this is great. Now let's try on, I'm going to try the large of the crew neck. So I think that's what I'm most likely to go for, and also to be a little bit different to this one, because I think when I want to be a bit more smart, I'll wear this one, and when I want something really chilled, I'll wear the oversized plain cable knit. Let's see. Okay, this really sums up what is actually wrong with so many retailers. This is a size large. This is ridiculous. This is a small jumper. It's a little bit oversized on me, but this is not a large, and I mean this in the kindest way possible. Please don't cancel me for saying this, but Ralph Lauren is an American brand, and I expect the sizes there to be even more on the generous side, so I would expect this to be an American small. But I'm talking about retail psychology here. Please don't get what I'm saying twisted, because retail psychology, I studied this for my dissertation. Normally, when a brand wants you to buy things, which they do, they know that you are more likely to actually keep something or buy something at the checkout or in the store if you feel that you are fitting into a smaller size. So psychologically, say you go into a changing room and you're normally a size 10, but you try on a size 8 and it fits you perfectly. Psychologically, I know this is not right, but psychologically you're like, ooh, I fit into a smaller size, so I'm going to buy the size 8. So over time, clothing sizes have got, let me get this the right way around, smaller and smaller, no, bigger and bigger. So a modern day 8 years ago would have been a 10 or a 12 because of that psychology. But this completely flips that on its head. I wanted this to be really oversized on me, quite baggy, almost like looking as though I might have put on my husband's jumper. So I thought that a large, being 2 sizes, if not 3 sizes bigger than what I would normally wear in Ralph Lauren, which is an extra small, I thought it'd be really big and oversized. But it's definitely not. It just fits like a regular, yeah, a little bit oversized. It's not like body fitting. But moral of the story is this is certainly not large. So I think I'm gonna try on maybe XXL to get the oversized look that I'm after, because I want to be able to layer things underneath this. I want it to look really big and baggy. Let me know if that makes sense. I feel like that could very easily be misconstrued what I'm saying, but that is just what I studied when it comes to clothing, retail psychology, sizing, and Ralph Lauren have just, yeah, not done that with their cable knits. Anyway, while I've got this on, the next thing from Ralph Lauren, this is something that from M&S. This is something that I absolutely did not need. However, I saw it on the website and I thought it looked really quite lovely. So it's a MAC and it's actually from the brand Hunter, but wait till you see the lining. It is most definitely giving Burberry, that's for sure. Price-wise, a lot lower than a Burberry trench, and I think the design is absolutely gorgeous. It's got this really quite big cape detail on the shoulders, which is really great. It's got a tie around the waist, which is a design detail that I love. I find that very flattering. Pockets with little buttons on to keep it nice and neat. You've got the tortoise shell button on the sleeves. Yeah, I did definitely not need this, but I have to say, trench coats in my opinion are the most classic, the most timeless, and I love the cape detail. I think it's got the back vent stitched together, so I need to decide if I'm keeping it or not. Oh, that is so lovely. I know it doesn't have the vent stitched. It looks so much more expensive than it was, and I think that cape is a really elegant design detail. What do you think? Okay, I need your help with this next piece, because I feel like wearing it over just your bra is not how this was designed. I'm gonna have to remind myself what the photo on the website is, because I guess it's a cardigan. I should have just worn it over a tank top or something, but let's just pretend that you can't see bare naked flesh underneath. This is a rather adorable little cardigan. So it has got almost like a big cable-ish design, and then these little bow details, which are so sweet. Again, over a little white summer dress would be a really adorable way of wearing this. Yeah, I think this is really cute. I'm annoyed with myself for not styling it better, but a very sweet little brown cardi from M&S. And then last but not least, I do just love a sleeveless knit, especially great for the transitional time of year. This one in the colour of the new car, pretty much. It's like a chocolatey burgundy colour. By the way, I had my hair in the heatless curlers from when I woke up at about 4 AM until about 10 AM, and this for me is how I always want it to come out, just with a little bit of curl down at the bottom. And I did mist my hair with a bit of water when I put them in, so if you've got 4 or 5 hours to kill or 6 hours to kill in a morning, I don't know why anyone would have that much time. Maybe you've got a really long commute or something, or you work from home in the mornings, then that could be a little solution. But yeah, it's got a nice little ruffle detail on the sleeves, really nice warm burgundy chocolate colour. I think that's a great autumn wardrobe piece. Be lovely with a shirt underneath as well, perhaps. So there we go, those are the bits I got from Ralph Lauren and from M&S. Quite a collection. Hope you enjoyed that little try on. I will leave everything linked down below. Hello again, my darlings. It's a couple of hours later and I'm now en route to Broadway, to Dormy House to meet Hannah. I actually don't know if I've left myself enough time to actually go into Broadway, which is annoying, but I've just stopped by at Toddenham Manor Farm Shop. There's a couple of bits that I need to get for breakfast tomorrow, and this is en route. This is also where 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 is, which is the really amazing evening dinner spot that Charlie and I love. Officially the best Sunday roast in the Cotswolds, and I thought I would just pop in and see if I can grab a little coffee from here. Not that I need one, just to support a lovely local business. I actually am not 100% sure if the farm shop is still open. Hopefully it is. The shutters are not down, so let's go and see. Great success, managed to get myself a coffee and some bits from the lovely farm shop. Oh, they're combine harvesting the field opposite. Let's go and have a look. I love watching combine harvesters. Oh, he's actually not combining. I think he is churning up the ground, possibly ready to plant some seed for overwintering the field. Sometimes farmers plant things like radishes, which help to add nutrients back into the soil over winter, so that the land doesn't just completely dry out. Looks like he's had a turmeric bath. Oh my goodness, my eyes are watering from the blusterousness of being outside. Hannah and I just did a fantastic walk, probably about an hour, all through the beautiful area around Broadway Tower, which actually officially closes to the public at 5, and yet there are still public footpaths all around it. So if you want to skip the crowds, that's a really great thing to do. So we're going to go for dinner now at 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 house, and I have no signal, so might have to just follow Hannah and hope that she knows where we're going. The whole time we were walking, we could really strongly smell onions, and I was worried that it was me because I've got onions in the boot from the farm shop, but I think actually it couldn't possibly be that strong. So I wonder if the farmers that we saw cultivating the fields earlier, I wonder if they... Oh, she's gone. Oh no! I need to catch up with her to follow her there. Yeah, I think they must have been growing onions in the fields around here, and they've been pulling them up because the whole area has just got such fragrance to it. Anyway, I'll catch up with you when we get to 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. Good morning, my darlings. It's the next morning. I did not sign off the vlog last night because we ended up having a very late night. Not wild party animal style late night. It was very much healthy, lovely food and 2 pots, actually we went through 4 pots of fresh mint tea. But Hannah and I have realised we should not meet up in the early hours of the evening, because we always have so much to talk about. I think I mentioned on the vlog when we went to that time we were chatting literally non-stop for 9 hours, and yesterday I think it wasn't too far off that. And we were both laughing because even as we were walking to the cars and like trying to get in our individual cars, we still just did not stop talking, and we had to literally be like, right, we have to go now, because we're both early to bed kind of people. So last night was very, very late for us, but I just love her, and we just are so similar in so many ways with what our opinions on things, and I think I said at the end of our chat, our day together at time, when you meet someone that their morals and their work ethic and so many of their opinions are so aligned with yours, it just means that you click straight away. And I feel very lucky that this industry has brought Hannah and I together, and yeah, it was so nice to meet sweet little Rue as well, and I have to say I'm very relieved that Rue and I became besties straight away, and I love her. She's a sweet little angel with the prettiest face in the whole world and a very soft tummy. Anyway, food at 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 house was really, really good. The team there were very accommodating because we were booked into their new restaurant, which is called the Back Garden, but obviously we had Rue with us, and as that's their new restaurant, I don't believe it's equipped for small fluffy ones. So we actually ended up eating the Back Garden menu, but in their outdoor terrace restaurant, which was lovely. Really kind of the team to accommodate that, and just such a nice menu with so many. I love that they really championed local suppliers. So I recognised the name of farms on the list of suppliers. So for example, they said Paddock Farm pork, slow cooked XYZ. Loads of seasonal things, like Hannah had a gorgeous courgette risotto. I went a bit rogue and had like a masala style chicken. Oh, it was so good. So definitely recommend dinner at the Back Garden at 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 house if you're in the area. And yeah, I just wanted to come on and say farewell because I did not talk to you last night. Because it was such a late night, I am very tired today, very, very tired. I just did a PT session with Lauren, and it was probably my worst PT session ever because I just don't function on small amounts of sleep. So, bit of an epic fail. But on a side note, my new obsession are kettlebell swings. It came up on my TikTok algorithm how they're so good for you. Your core, your is it your posterior? Is it your posterior? something like that, like your whole core, and your glutes and your grip strength, which is meant to be a longevity indicator. So we integrated some kettlebell swings into this morning's workout, but like one hand at a time. So you swing it and then you change grip up here and then you swing it, and I could feel my abs just crunching. And also some weighted squats and weighted lunges. I am pooped and the day has only just begun. So anyway, going to stop rambling and crack on with a day of admin. It's a grey day, so it's a laptop day for me, so I'll spare you all of that. But thank you so much for watching the vlog, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.